And fantastic. We're doing good. What's up, TikTok? What's up, YouTube? How are you guys? There we go. We're actually going to bring things down a little. Oh, come on. Seriously? All right. Another view over here. All right. We're just changing a few settings. Give me 1 second here. Okay. Sorry, just moving things around 1 second. We'll be melting some stuff very quickly here. And there we go. I am on early. Well, I'm on every day at 5:30. Welcome in, Dragonfly, John White, BDH. Eric, how are you? Good evening. What's up, L to the B and TikTok? Mike, how are you? L to the B's in here. Ooh, we got L to the B early. Now we're talking. We got an early L to the B sighting. I love seeing you in my chat. You're amazing. You're always so much fun. Thank you for the Go Popular Dragonfly. Thank you for the heart me. All right, let's get started. Tonight we might have some funky stuff going. I have a few things we may try. Y'all ready? I came up on the FYP. Hey, there we go. Well, TikTok just sold. Hopefully they improve it a little bit. Hopefully they kick it. All right, we do have the uranium stuff going on tonight. We might be possibly doing some uranium. And I got an empty light base up there. Hold on 1 second. I got to fill that. What am I going to fill that with? Oh my goodness. Hold on. Maybe we'll empty out the uranium. And put the little B up there. Ooh, you know what? There we go. Oh, come on. Get out. Get out. And do you fit? Ooh. We'll do a little honeysuckle stick right there. There we go. We got the B going. Put the little B right there. And then this doesn't show up. Crap. Oh, that's okay. We'll take it off. We'll just remove it. We'll get rid of it. We'll keep these guys out for later. My little mushroom babies. Oh, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hanging in there? My bench is a complete mess. I apologize. We are doing chaotic stuff today. I had a whole bunch of things to get done. Now that I got it done, we need to figure it out. All right, we're going to move this guy just over right there. I have enough room right there. Actually, we're going to park these guys. Little mushroom there. Oh, that's going to melt. That's definitely going to melt. Oh, we'll leave the little mushroom there. All right, can you guys see the little mushroom guy going? Hope so. There we go. I know, you were chaotic today. I think today was totally chaotic. Everywhere. What's up, Frost? Eric in the kitchen, Golden Eyes. J Dub in the house, Barrera. Toby, how are you? North Carolina prospectors, good evening. I like seeing you're in here a lot. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Melissa, how are you? Uncle Skin, what's up, my friend? How you doing? All right, let's finish up some stuff. So I want to cover the butterfly. I want to cover the butterfly from last night. I'm going to ask for total feedback. Don't just tell me it looks good. If it sucks, I'm okay if you say it sucks. Okay? I really am. So don't be afraid to say it. We're going to bring out the second view here. So we're going to bring this guy up. Okay, there is the butterfly. And how about not a laser? There we are. So there's the little butterfly. And I think the body's a little too big. I can't even hold it right. I think the body's a little fat for it, but I think the wings came out good. But if you guys like it, great. If not, I'm okay with you saying it sucks. Because we'll change it. But I love that color. Look at those colors. Did I not tell you that would be beautiful? So we got that going. We got the flowers from yesterday. Oh, damn. So there is silky blue. Is that not the most beautiful blue on the planet? I mean, not everybody likes sparkles, but look at that. And one more. This is the diluted teal. Here we go. Now look at that one. So I like this because it's not a normal color. Okay, I am always into what I don't normally see. But I love this transparent teal. Like that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the body is kind of thick on there. I thought the body was too big. Again, that's part of my path of learning to make a butterfly. Okay, that's part of the path. All right, let's trim this guy off into a size that we could ship it. What's up, Groves? How are you? Dragonfly Creation. We got Groves and Dragonfly in the house. They are both glass blowers as well. I highly suggest you go follow them as soon as possible. Honestly, they are getting so damn good, you're going to miss the progress. So, like, they started out not too long ago, and they're getting good really fast. So you want to be able to be in early and watch. Oh, nope, wrong view. Let's bring it in. There we go. So we're trimming the little edge here. Like that. And we got that. I'm going to leave it up close so you guys can see that for a second. So they are getting really fantastically good. And if you are not watching them now, you won't get to see all that progress they're doing. And I think you're missing out on that. So definitely follow them early, get in, become a contributor as far as in their chats, and yeah, be in on the early ground. Be an early adopter for them. Okay, and we got that one trimmed. All right, we're going to bring it back out. And boom. I love that view. I absolutely love that view. So, moderators, on TikTok, I put a delay on. So there is a 5-second delay for chat. And it should be able to keep you guys a little bit easier with comments. Be able to keep it all in check. So I'm trying to make it easy for you guys. Why don't they make bongs or dongs? No, it doesn't make a lot of money. That industry's dead in the water. That industry's toast. You know, it's gone. Back in the day, it made a lot of money. Not anymore. It's out of favor. That industry is gone. The heyday of that has come and gone. It's like using MySpace versus, Instagram today. That stuff was MySpace back in the day, and now you got Instagram available. The Instagram version of glass. It's just gone. All right, going to break that off. All right, we're going to attach this. So I'm going to show you guys some cool stuff. I made some milli a long time ago. For those of you who don't know what milli is, it's millefiori. Basically Italian for 1,000 flowers. It doesn't mean there are 1,000 flowers in it, but it's the process of making little images down an entire rod. And then you slice those little images into chunks and apply them to glass. So millefiori, milli, is it's way old. The technique is super old, back to Venice, Murano. But anyway, I made some, and I'm learning. It's not my forte right now. We should be good. But what I did is I made glow-in-the-dark versions of it for eyeballs. So we're going to explore that a little. My little bag of milli. Here. We're going to see what the heck we have. Y'all ready? Oh, this I think is a honeycomb. Is this mine? I don't know if this is mine. Yeah. Yeah, this is mine. I forgot I made this. All right, we're going to use the side cam because it has the best view. All right, here we go. Side cam. There we go. Maybe. Here we are. So this is a little millefiori honeycomb, glow in the dark. You can see the kind of glow in the dark images in there all the way through. Bring it out a little too bright there. You can see all the little honeycomb images in there. So that is glow in the dark. I'm going to see if I can get it to glow for you guys. We'll see if we can get this. My hands are like freezing right now, so I'm shaky. We're going to bring it in, heat it up, watch. Get it as close as possible, a little dark. It's not showing, it's too light out. Oh well. So we got that one, and this I think is the dragon eye that doesn't glow in the dark. Nope. Is that the only glow one I had? Oh my god, that's the only glow one I had. Well, I take that back. I don't have it unless it's in my secret drawer. It's got to be in my secret drawer. So this is eyeball glass. So see that little image in there? That makes the little eyeballs. There are 4 colors in there. So you got the center black, a little green, yellow, and red. So we make that for eyeballs. Like that. And then that image is running all the way through the rod. But somewhere around here, I have millefiori. Let's bring out the normal view. Somewhere, I have it out. Sounds like it. This is my milli. Now we're talking. Oh, damn it, side cam. So we're just going to show off some millefiori. Sorry, I am going a little crazy tonight. So there is the milli eyeball, and then we're going to turn it to glow. So that glows in the dark like that all the way through. And there's the eyeball, milli. We got that guy, and I think this is a big fat version of that one. So there's a little right there, and we're going to go back to glow. See? Now we got the glow in the dark version. And this one is probably my favorite. It has a ton of glow to it. Like that. So this has a little bit of a funky iris to it. Like that. Amber purple. Again, glow in the dark. You can see it kind of glowing like that. I really have to cut my nails if I'm going to do this crap. See if we can get it to glow. Yeah, a little bit. Too much lighting in here. Last one I'm going to show you, and then we're going to go from there. Oh, wait. Not the last. Well, where is it? This is my favorite and the best glow-in-the-dark milli I've ever done. So I was going to do a deck of cards with Millefiori. So this was going to be the diamonds. You can see that. So that was going to be the diamonds. And that glows like crazy. We'll use a chunk tonight. We'll try that out. All right, let's get this started. Let's get the show on the road. There we go. Welcome in. So we are kind of jamming through some stuff. How's everybody doing with the freeze? You guys doing okay? Did you get Guy Fieri's demo comments? No, I didn't see it. He changed his look? That's awesome. I would love that. So I could be me. All right, we're going to park these off to the side. These are available, so if you are interested in one of these, let me know. We're just going to use the punch-in view. We're not going to go too extravagant here. If you are interested in one of these flowers, let me know. This is the light version of that teal. Looks different way out here. And this is the silky version. Oop, there we are. So there is silk. If you are interested in one of those, let me know. If you want to see it up close, let me know. All right, let's get this. Do I ever burn myself? Not a lot. The only burns that I get are little residual burns. So like there's little bits of glass that pop off every once in a while. And if they fly on your arm or hand, they can sting like a bug bite. But no, I don't actually get burned necessarily. That's not something that happens. Okay, we're going to... One second. Let me find that... Let me find that version there. Nope. Okay, got that one. Not that one. I am almost out of this chunk. Holy moly. That's not a good thing. Oh, I forgot about this guy. I'll show you guys that. Let me see here. I'm trying to find the chunk of it. I don't have it. Nope, I don't have it. Well, poop. One last look here. Oh, there is a little bit. No. All right. So we're going to preheat this in the kiln and make some Millefiori's chunks. Some chunky monkey. Let's get this in the kiln, preheat. You always want to preheat your Millefiori rods. So I'm going to show you this guy. This is super old. This is kind of a cool design. We're going to bring it in here. Side view. I found this guy. I tried to make the Easter Island Moai. This is really dusty right now. But I went for that Easter Island Moai look. Look how crazy. That's how old it is. That's how dusty it is. Holy moly. I guess it does have that true Easter Island feel to it. Let's wash it off. There. So, yeah, I was going for that Easter Island Moai look. You know, the heads. I think that looks kind of cool. This guy's old, though. Maybe we'll do something with it later. Okay, let's get going. Let's make something. So what do you guys want to do tonight? Do you want to do... thank you, Groves, for letting me know, by the way. Do you guys want to do a custom flower with lots of colors through it? Do you want to do a bumblebee sculpture, a dragonfly sculpture? Tonight is your night. You guys get to pick. What do you want to do? You guys get to pick. Dragonfly, bumblebee, exotic flower with lots of colors running through it. What do you guys want to do? It's all up to you. I'm going to prep this tube real quick while you guys are doing that. Dragonfly is it. Ooh, dragonfly is kicking butt. Colleen Glass, how are you? Can I make a Bart Simpson? I could, but I can't. I won't. Too much of a copyright issue. Definitely too much of a copyright. Camo bumble. How would you do a camo bumblebee? I can't even say that. Camo bumblebee. Are you serious? No. Okay. Camo bumblebee. Yeah, we'll do lots of color tonight. It's going to definitely be a lot of color. How about we just do all three? What do you guys say? We'll do all three. Maybe we'll combine all three into a sculpture. A bee with a dragonfly and an exotic flower. What do you all say? We'll just do a multi-combo because the chat is just exactly like almost dead even all over the place. Let's just make it a big old funky cool project tonight. All right, we're going to do that. Yep, let's go funky. We're going to do funky. All right, let's get this started. I'm going to create something right here. You guys will see what it goes to later. But we're going to make a quick project here, and then we're going to get on. I think I'm going to make the flower first. We got to do the flower so that we know how big to make the dragonfly and the bee. Right, so we're going to pull that off. We're going to silver fume this guy. Don't break. Let's grab some silver. All right, we're going to vaporize the silver. I'm going to bring it up close for that process. And we're just going to zoom in. You guys never get to see the silver process doing up close. So here we go. If I can find the silver. Did you run away on me? Oh, there it is, right there. So you're going to see the tube change very fast here. And it's just going to change color via vaporizing pure silver onto it. We're going to punch that up because the little silver nugget is getting buried. That's one of the problems with it. The silver nuggets can get buried. There we go. A little bit more. We're going heavy silver right now. Heavy silver. All right, so what happened there is we vaporized the silver onto the glass. You can see how it now looks plated. And that is a process called fuming, where we silver plate it. Look how shiny that is. See? And that is literally silver plated, but when you go through, you can see this ambery color kind of coming through. So yeah, we got lots of silver. And we're going to punch it back out. All right. We have no oxygen issues tonight. I got my liquid tank. So we have no issues with that. All right, we're going to strike some cobalt down it. And here we go. So we're just laying some cobalt glass on top of that silver. It should turn the cobalt green. So the cobalt will look like green with the silver underneath it. It's a totally cool process. I'm just going to stripe all the way around. Okay. I just picked up a piece of glass it attached to. All right, we're going to bring it in so you all can see. There we are. I just hot dogged it a little. It's a little bent, but it looks good. We'll see if we can get a transition color showing through. I don't know if it's going to pop through just yet, but not really. A little green, not much yet. Okay, we're getting some colors bouncing through. So I am going to show you the process as we go through, and you guys get the full experience here. Where is my next? I think I have enough of this sparkle blue we'll put on there too. I think I might be able to make it. So we're going to add the sparkle blue to it as well. So I add that little dot up there, and that is my marker. The marker is designed to tell me when I'm close to the end. So as I'm rotating it around, it's hard to tell where you were and where you are. So that little nub up there is my marker to tell me I'm getting close to the end again. I'm going to bring it down. Just a little pro tip right there. And I'm at my marker. So that tells me I'm right there. So this last line is the last one we're going to do. Okay, now we're fused all the way around. We're going to come through to the side view. I'll show you where we're at. So now we're in the hot shot here. You can see the shimmers. Now look at all those colors bouncing through. So that is the silver fuming interacting with the blues. You can see how it just changed everything up. So we had clear and cobalt. Now we got all those colors bouncing through. And that is the beauty of silver fuming with all that. Yeah, if you guys are in the path of that ice storm, I really, I'm sending you some good vibes, because that looks pretty wicked, to be honest. It does not look like it's a good thing. It honestly looks pretty damn wicked. All right, so we're going to burn this off up here. Create a little pathway up at the front. We're going to terminate all the color to the front. Which cobalt? That was just regular cobalt, like normal. There was no any other color. What's up, Bayo? How are you doing, Bayo? Cruising in the house? Yeah, regular cobalt. No turbo, no dark, just cobalt. The blue shimmer cobalt was a combination we did with electrum and dark cobalt. So that was a custom mix. Oh, thank you. My studio feels wicked. Thank you, Mr. Spock. You and I can definitely be friends, Mr. Spock. I love Star Trek. All right, so we got the close-up here. I'll bring it in just a little closer so y'all can see it. And we got a little spiral going around. No, I cannot feel the heat on my hands. Honestly, no. I mean, this is an up-close version. You can see, look, right there. Do not do that at home, okay? Ever don't do that. But there you go. So that's how safety equipment is. Don't ever, 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 ever do that. This is going to be part of a project we're doing. We're going to be making a bumblebee, a flower, and a dragonfly sculpture. What's up, Heather? Thank you for the gifts. Do I know how to make roses? I think so. I think I can make a rose. I definitely sell them. All right, so here we go. We're going to stretch this out. And we're going to bring it down. And as we're stretching, oh, it's crooked. There we go. As we stretch it out, we're going to give it a twist. You can go to thefieryguy.com. I don't do any pricing online, like during my live. Everything gets handled through the website. All right, here we go. So we're heating it up, and as we're heating it up, one hand is going to rotate just a little faster than the other. And we're going to create a nice little spiral here. Bring it all the way down. Like that. So I needed a lot of this glass in order to do what we want to do. This will be a surprise for later. We're going to use it for part of the project we're working on. No heat does trap, no heat to the hands. Nope. No, the heat doesn't transfer. All right, we're going to bring it side view so you guys get a better view. It's hard to see the colors from a distance, but now you can see we got all those colors bouncing through there. See it down in the bottom, that bluey? So those are all the colors we got out of that, and we spun it up. We're going to park that in the kiln for the moment. All right, so we're going to make an exotic flower right now. So we're going to use multiple colors to achieve that. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start with a clear glass rod. We're going to coat it with multiple colors, and we're going to stretch it out into a usable size. And that should create a pretty amazing flower. Let's go ahead and do that. This may shatter. Don't. Don't do it. All right. So, audience participation night tonight. You guys are going to get to pick the colors. we're going to go through some coloring. So do we want to do a blues and greens? Do we want to do oranges, reds, and hot colors? Do we want to do total color changing, like where the colors are just morphing to different colors? All that stuff. Have you ever tried glass blowing? Nope, never in my life. So what do y'all think? You guys want to do the warm colors or cold colors? Warm or cold? And color changing. We definitely got color changing option. I'm kind of looking here, trying to keep track. Cold, cold. What's up, Leanne? How are you? All right, so I'm just trying to bunch this up. This will be part of the process. What's up, Bayo? How are you? Thank you for the memberships. So awesome. All right, I need Dragonfly and Groves to tell me which. I cannot see the, I can't count the chat. What do you guys, Dragonfly and Groves, what was the vote? You guys tell me. Dragonfly can tell me on YouTube, Groves can tell me on TikTok. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to push this up a little bit more. And then we're going to coat it and pull it back down. So this is the start of the process. Cool colors on TikTok, okay. A little bit more and we should be good. We'll start coating it. Just a tiny bit more here. I want to have a pretty good sized flower, so that's why I'm adding a little bit more than normal. I don't want a baby flower. Cool color change. Okay, so both are cool and color changing. All right, let's do it. And we're just about there. I'm getting this last little bit on there. Then we'll start pulling it, getting color on and pulling. All right, we're going to separate. Like this. There we go. So the process of what's going to happen is we're going to coat the thicker portion of this glass rod. This is tubing right now. The rest of it's solid. We're going to stripe it all the way down, and then we're going to pull it into a smaller usable rod. So we're going to go from this thicker down to a thinner size, about like that. And that is going to allow me to do all the different petals the way we want. Filter. I wanted to show the filter before we go too far. So a lot of people ask about my lenses and my glasses. These are specifically lenses for lamp working or glass blowing, and they are called didymium. I'm going to bring the flame really up close and show you guys, and then we are going to get started. So you can see right there all the brightness. Now watch, I'm going to put the filter right in front, and it is going to change your perspective. So that is exactly what I'm seeing while I'm working, just like that. That is the impression that I am getting right there. That's how I see the world. No, I'm not putting it on the camera. There we go. Just like that. Isn't that kind of cool? The problem is you'll miss out. So see how there's all red? See, red, filter. So as I'm making it, you would not see any reds, any oranges. All that stuff would be gone. That's why I don't use a filter. You miss out on 90% of the process for a little bit of a view. You literally miss out on a lot. Okay, where's the turquesa? I had turquesa up here. This is a very fun color. Did you get disappeared on me? I'm trying to use everything up on my bench too. I can't even see the color sometimes. Did it disappear? Wow. All right. Let me grab one color I need to grab. I'll be off screen for just 30 seconds or less. I just have to grab the color that I'm thinking of. 1 second here. Luckily, you guys can hear me. But there is one particular color I want to have for you guys. We just have to go through and sort through all this to get to it. And I think you are it. Nope, nope. One of you is it, right here. One of these blues is the one I want. So we have a little bit of blue, and I don't know which one is which. One of these is a special blue, the other one is not. So we got to figure out which one's which. And we'll do that real quick in a short test here. So if you ever run into a problem and you don't know what color's what in your glassblower, this is a quick test. You always make a little ball, heat it up, flatten it, and just check the results. Man, it's cold out. All right, that's one, and one more check. We're going to grab the other one. This might be just straight up cobalt. And I'm not sure. Yep, this is the one I want. So this one has a little bit of character to it. This is the winner. Let's begin. Now we're good. We can go from here. We got it. Let's grab a little gold. So this process is the gold fuming. We're going to take pure gold, vaporize it onto the glass. And we're going to go up close for that because you guys don't normally get to see that. On the end of this little rod, you can see that little tiny chunk of gold right there, right at the very tip top. That is pure gold sitting on there, just a little gold nugget. There's the clear. We're about to change it. The gold is going to vaporize to basically a little nanoparticle, and it becomes so light that the flame is able to carry it up to the main object up here. So the flame acts like a spray paint can, and it starts coating the glass up above. Those little nanoparticles start traveling via the flame. Got to be really careful with it, though. Because the gold definitely likes to wiggle woggle off of it. Okay, and we're going to bring it out. Park that back in. And I'm going to show you guys what we got. So this is the gold fuming. You can see now it went kind of pinky. I don't know if you guys can see those pinks running through there. That is pure gold vaporized onto the glass. That is now coated in a pinky color. We're going to take that turquoise. This is kind of a light blue with a swish of like ghostly fog is the best way I can describe this color. And we're going to coat right on top of that gold. About 1/4 the way. This is going to create a really nice light kind of bluish green for those cool colors. We're just coming all the way through. All right, check it where we're at. One more. About like that. So we'll bring it back up so you guys can see. So there's where we're at so far. Now we encase about 1/4 of it. If you look from the back end, you can see those little lines running through there. We still got that gold fuming going on. Bring it back out. And then we're going to do another cold color. We're going to grab some greenish turquoise, which is this one right here. Doesn't look it right now, but it is. We're going to go to the opposite end and coat it. Or opposite side, not end. Just going to bring it all the way down. One more right here. And then we still have that gold as an underlay in there. Bring it back up. Now you can see these colors bouncing on there. We're going to use the flashlight. We're going to come off to the side. Because again, I want you guys to see the actual process here. Now you can see that dark is turned right there. We got that dark turquoisey. There's the pink right in there. Then there's the turquoise. You can see that color bouncing through. And then there's gold again. All right. I'm going to run with this. This is a little controversial. We're going to use Mega Mai Tai. So Mega Mai Tai is a multi-color, multi-changing color. And we're going to use this on here. And it should produce a multi-changing bluish color. I'm going to stripe it all the way down. And the reason I choose this over the amber purple is because I really want the blues. This is like a double amber purple, if not triple amber purple. So it overly saturates and goes into the blues, which is exactly what I want. I want it oversaturated. Bring it back up. Let's see if we got a magical color happening. So again, there's that teal color we got. And then there is the Mega Mai Tai. You can see it starting to get its blues. It's got a little caramel to it. Then there's that turquesa. All right, one more color. Okay, we're getting there. I don't have anything handy. Actually, you know what? We're going to go black. This will keep it in the cool family because this thinned out is a very dark blue. But up against the black, it's going to turn green, or the gold. So we're going to get a little golden hue to it with a greenish undertone. This is a sparkle black, so it does have some like diamond dust sparkles to it. And we're fully encased. No more work on that. We're all done on that part. One more visual check. I know, right? Here we go. So there is the black, turquesa blue, and there's the Mega Mai Tai. Look at that color. Did I tell you that was not pretty? I told you that was a nice color, changing color. And then we got the turquoise. So black, turquesa blue. There's the Mega Mai Tai. That is the bomb right there. So we're going to pull this into a very usable rod and make it into, no, we don't want to use that one. And make it into a flower. So this will be what the flower is based off of. We got to make two sizes. We got to do a thick size and a thin. So the thin for the very beginning, and then we need to leave it a little thick for the larger petals at the very end. Mega Mai Tai sell it elderly as a Ponzi scheme. Yeah. I don't know who names it. So we got some funky, cool color names. We got Red Elvis, Light Red Elvis, Dark Red Elvis. We got Mega Mai Tai, Unobtainium. What others crazy colors do we have? Experimental Green number 5. There's just some crazy colors. Crazy color names. So I'm just pulling it down a little. We're going to heat the whole thing up and start getting the thing done now. Let's go. Actually, we need to go full bore. There we go. All right. Full flame engaged. Flame on. I definitely got a lot of time into this. We're going to take our time. Well, I'm not trying to rush. This is a process that everybody is going to help participate in, and audience participation is really important to me sometimes when we start engaging with that. So, yeah. We're going to take our time. I'm not on a production run right now. We're kind of just on the having fun run. The temp of the glass at my hands, I don't know, maybe like 70 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe 70. So we're just going to keep pulling. Now we're going to go to the skinnier version. This is definitely going to test my my ability to stretch. All right, so there we got the full glass rod all set. We're going to split this about 3/4 down. Like that. Now we got 2 halves. Well, not quite a half. We're going to let that cool off. All right, I got to do my TikTok captcha. I'm so sorry. I hate this thing when it does it. Wow, first try. All right, so audience participation again. Do we do a full-blown black bee with yellow, or do we go to the uranium bee? This is the uranium bee. Uranium bee or yellow and black. Let me turn this guy a little bit that way. There's uranium. Nope, he's really wrong direction. There's uranium. So we doing uranium or yellow and black? You guys get to decide. I'll go either way. It doesn't matter to me. While you guys are doing that, I'm powering Mountain Dew up. We're powering ourselves up. Yeah, it is Vaseline glass, yes. I think uranium is taking the lead, to be honest. Yeah. I think uranium kind of beat it out a little bit. All right, we're just gonna go uranium. The uranium does have a yellow hue to it, so we're gonna do that. And there's the uranium. So it does have a little yellow, a yellowish tint. You can see like that. That's without the black light, and then there's the black light. There. No black light. Now, yellow, black, and uranium would not be a good idea. It would not look good. That would not be a very good mix. No, there's not much. There's hardly any radiation to this. This has less radiation than your cell phone. You know, background radiation's is stronger than what this stuff puts off. All right, so let's start making the bee. We're going to make a little bumblebee body. So we're just going to come in and push this into a little bit of a oblong shape here. There we go. We're getting there. Now again, this is going to be a bumblebee, dragonfly, and flower sculpture. So it's going to have a little bit of stuff going on. Okay, a little bit more here. All right, so we got the body essentially done. Separate it. We're going to add the black. I'm going to try and do that with the camera up close. This process is actually kind of cool, what we're going to do. It is one of the easiest ways to color glass, but one of the most difficult to kind of master down, like really get a grip on it. Are we black? Nope, we're red. That would have been a huge mistake. So that's the problem with the filter. You can't ever tell what's what for color. Nope. Nope, I can already tell that one. I know I got black over here. I put some off to the side. There we go. All right, so we're going to zoom in so you guys can see the process up close. I'm actually pretty happy with this camera view. So what the area you want to focus on is right about here, okay? You're going to focus right about there. That's the spot you're going to be watching. Or maybe a little bit down further. Right about there. I don't know. How'd that look? I couldn't pay attention. I had to focus on what I was doing. How'd that look? Yeah, kind of like a cinnamon bun. Exactly. Can I put the lens on? Nope. No, I cannot. That particular camera does not have the lens available for it at all. All right, so we're just now melting it in and just getting it to kind of blend in. We don't want little ridges and bumps. Oops. Pull this down. And that's a little spot for the stinger, the kind of bumblebee stinger. We're going to melt this in, create the head. We just have to melt all of that in. And there we are. Tap that off because it was a little bubbly right there. We're going to put the bumblebee head on. Now, I do a lot of stuff kind of whimsical, so I'm not trying to make the most accurate bumblebee on the planet. So we're going to put big old googly eyes on it. Okay, there we are. We got the head done. We're going to actually bring in the camera for that. We'll bring in a close-up. Let's go right up in here. We're going to start with the eyeballs. Oh, man. Did you see that? Look at that. I got to show it. So this stuff happens. This is really annoying. Watch. That little piece flew right onto there. When that happens, it's such a pain in the butt. Got to wait for it to cool and then you tap it off. All right, we're going to put the eyeballs on. One there. One there. Nope. Put little dots on here. Hopefully you guys can see the detail going into this, or you can see up close. Right there. Okay, there we got this guy set up. Let's get the little antennae on here. So this is, you pull all the way back. We're pulling backwards. And then you bring it forward. This is a common mistake in glass. A lot of people start pulling all the way forward in the beginning. You want to start pulling it back so that as you bring it forward, it gives it the correct angle. So I'm pulling it back towards me. And then when I bring it to the front, it has that proper angle. And that's the problem. You pull too far forward in the beginning, and you will end up with a weeble wobble. And we're going to add the little antenna knobbies. Here we are. All right, so far, that's where we're at with the bee, okay? We got to do the wings. All right. We're going to park this in the kiln while we do wings real quick. I am hoping that we have a little bit of ghost in here. If we don't, that's okay. Nope. Yes, a little bit. All right, we're going to make the wings. Tiny little wings. We'll leave the camera on. So what we use, I use a little leaf tool. See the little impressions in there? The difference is I only use half of it. So we're only going to smash about half. I don't want it having that wing look or the leaf look. I just want it to have a little bit of a pattern going in one direction. So we make a little ball. Bringing it up here and smash. And we get that. So now we have a little ridge in there. And this will be a kind of bluish, frosty color. Bring that up. Oops. Nothing too extravagant here. We're just going to take it and pull it apart. Like that. Going to park that right off to the side real quick. We're going to do the other side. And then we'll attach them and pull it from there. Chef Dave, Kendra, thank you for the heart knees, by the way. So now we go to the other side of the leaf maker and pull it from there. So we have the impressions going the opposite direction. Just like that. It doesn't matter what color I'm going to pull it with because it's all the same anyway. There, and we're going to separate this. Like that. All right, so we got the little wings all set. And let's pop them on the bead. This is the part that's a little nerve-wracking. Use it way in there. Then you heat it up just a little bit. I'm going to give this one a little character to it. So we got wing number 1 again on there. And then we're just going to pop wing number 2 on. Give it a slight little pull. Make sure everything's fused. All right, the little tail end got hot. That's what moved. All right, let's make sure everything looks good. We're going to do one last little pull check here. Like that. This side. All right, we're going to park this guy in the kiln and wait for the rest of the piece to get done. I'm going to show you that ghosty color, though. Watch this. Can you see the wings are kind of bluish? Right there? You can see the blues coming out of it. That's what I do like about that color. Got the blues popping through. It's a very, very cool color for that. For wings especially. So let's pop that in and let's work on a dragonfly. Actually, let's do the flower. The glass is cold enough. Let's make the flower first, then the dragonfly. You guys have been patient. Let's haul some butt and get this thing done. So I'm going to show you the color through the side view before we get started, because once we get started, it is a funky process. So these are the colors we're working with. You can see those colors bouncing through there. That teal, the Mega Mai Tai, the turquesa, and the black. So that's what we're working with. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. Break you off. This is going to crack. Maybe. Maybe not. It did not crack. Surprised. All right, let's make the flower. So this is going to be a fast process, faster. And you'll be able to see a start to finish, a flower being done in pretty quick process. We shouldn't be more than 10 minutes into it. So it should take about 10 minutes start to finish for this flower. This is part of the sculpture we're going to be working on. I don't think I want to do up close. All right, let me power some Mountain Dew and we're ready to go. Sorry. I don't want to run out of voice. All right, let's go. So the first petal is the taco petal. What's up, Jojo? The taco petal is exactly what it sounds like. It looks like a taco. It's one of the best methods I've found to making the flower. So many petals are done like a little twist up in the front, make a little blob and a twist. I have found that has caused more cracking than this process. And this is why I do it this way. I'm trying to avoid any cracking. Let's bring a view really up close and I'll show you the taco petal view. So there we are, we got that. You can kind of see a little flat disc. We're going to take it here. We're just going to fold and fold. And now you got a taco. See? Who said I couldn't cook? There we go. All right, let's go. Now we can do the rest safely. My website is thefieryguy.com. Thefieryguy.com. All good. And here we go. This process is not slow. It's pretty quick. We should be able to go through it. About every third or fourth petal, I will show you where we're at, and we will show you real-time process, what's going on. I think for me, it's a lot of fun to be able to show someone the opportunity to see how it's constructed, as opposed to me just focused in here and not like showing you the process. I think you should see it up close and how it's made. So what happens right there is we attach a flat petal. And then I take a carbon tool, a little pencil-like version, and I carve it into it. If you don't carve it, it kind of leaves these flat little petals. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. And if you do that all the way around this flower, you're going to end up with this goofy looking flower. Now, when I first started making these, they were all goofy looking. I didn't know how to carve in very good. So we're going to come to the side view so I can show you what I'm talking about. So see that petal right there? It's just kind of sitting there with no purpose versus the other ones that are kind of carved in. That's what I'm talking about. And there's the colors we're working with. I told you it'd be pretty. But yeah, that is the non-carved version. And if you don't mess with it, it looks terrible. Now I got to reheat it, and we just push it in. This also adds a lot of stability to the flour. And now we just carved right into it. Bring it up with a up close. Thank you for the bubbles, Red Squeak. Thank you for the headphone bubbles. All right, now we carved it all in. Ooh, look at that. You can see that in front of the flame really well. That helps. All right, let's get the rest. We're going to put 3 more petals on, and you'll start to notice it taking shape. Thank you, Red Squeak. Appreciate you. If y'all have not followed Red Squeak as well, you should give Red Squeak a follow. She does some amazing photography, and I really enjoy the pictures she takes. So give her a quick follow and Grove's Glass Gallery and Dragonfly Creation. They are both lamp workers like me. So you want to check them out because you just see a different variation of glass. Totally different styles. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, smash the like button. I appreciate that. We need the like button to go. And if you have questions on YouTube or TikTok, don't hesitate to post them in the chat. I will try to get to your question and answer it. This is very interactive. I like to try and explain what's going on. If you have a question about a process or something, I kind of want to tell you what's going on. Take the mystery out. It is a very, very interactive live stream. And one more petal, and you'll see the up close and personal with it. You're going to see that it's starting to take shape. So when you start getting petals 4, 5, and 6 on here, the flower starts to look like a little bit of a flower. 7, 8, 9, it starts really getting into shape. 9, 10, 11. Or 10, 11, 12, it starts filling out. And about 15 petals is where we want to be. Red Squeak, thank you for the look at that dragon cloud. I love that thing. Thank you, Red Squeak. That was awesome. You guys missed it on TikTok. There we go. And boom. Oh, there we go. So now you can see it's starting to come around like that. And that clear section, watch where it looks clear right now. You're going to see those colors starting to bounce through, and they're going to get a little better over time. Okay? Bring it back. See the difference? Let's go. We're going to do 3 more petals. I'll show you again. I like to show the process. I like to make sure that you understand what's going on. No mystery. And whatnot. How many people in the chat currently are under the ice storm warning? That is something I would like to. How many people are under the ice storm warning? Type 1 in the chat if you are under the ice storm warning. And I really hope you don't get hit. I heard something about exploding trees. I don't know if it was a troll post. Is there really exploding tree warning? Like, seriously exploding trees? I couldn't believe that they were saying that. I've never seen an exploding tree warning. can happen. I've never heard of that. I mean, I've seen lightning hit a tree, but yeah, damn. Really? Man, that's crazy. Here in South Carolina, I hope that Carolinas, I hope everybody's safe, but man, North Carolina really got, man, you guys got whacked hard. You guys need a break. Tree sap freezes and it really, so the tree sap freezes so fast it explodes the wood. Wow. I had never heard of that before. I honestly thought it was like the news trolling me or trolling everybody. Yeah, we got exploding trees. I did not have exploding trees on my 2026 bingo card. Going to be a crazy year. It's gonna, if we already got exploding trees, this is going to be a crazy year. Hopefully in a good way, though. All right, let's bring it out. Here we go. We got the flower being built, and now you can see the, how it's going a little bit whiter in here, and look how the color changes just from different lighting scenarios. All right. Now it should really start to kind of come into its own here very soon. Okay, where did I put my glass rod? Ooh, ooh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. Okay, that's the thicker version. All right, I put the... Oh, boy. I just set this glass rod... Oh, nope, that's that one. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. All right, we're going to go one more set of petals with the smaller glass rod, and then we're expanding to the larger one for the larger petals. So we got 3 more to go. Three more to go. But no, I wish everybody a safe adventure through the storm. I really do. I don't want to see anybody get harmed. And North Carolina's just been hit so hard. We lost one of our glass suppliers pretty much as from the North Carolina hurricane. The hurricane that came through there hurt that supplier so bad they weren't able to really recover. And I felt bad because they were really good people. Yeah. And they lost everything from the hurricane. You do anything with ashes? Oh, absolutely. Yep. Go to... What's up, Blue? Blue is the reason I have that really cool flashlight, y'all. Blue sent me that really cool flashlight I always use. I still use that on a daily basis. Yes, we do ashes. StarryNightGlass.com. StarryNightGlass.com. Right, I lost my place. There we go. And we are good to go. I saw that TikTok sold too. I'm curious to see what the heck happens with that. Yeah, if you guys are not following Blue on there, You definitely need to give them a follow because they turned me on to these amazing flashlights and I have not stopped ever since. Loving it. Okay, let's go to side view so you guys can see the transformation. We're going to go to the bigger petals now. So we're just getting there. We're not quite fully enveloped with a flower, but yeah, we're getting there. Look at that patchwork, is just looking amazing. Let's go. We're going to do the bigger petals now. This is going to really make the flower a lot bigger. Oh, Melissa, message me either thefieryguy.com or Starry Night, one of the two. Have I gotten any more? I've been looking at them. They got a new version of that light that you sent me. It looks like a newer version. But I don't see a reason to get the new one, but I'm buying family members those lights because they're just so impressive. All right, so we're going to pop this on now. And we're going to bring it up. These petals are a lot bigger. And they are going to start making the flower look a lot whiter and a lot bigger. I'm going to bring it out with just 3 petals and show you what it looks like. And you will definitely see the difference. Yeah, this is a nice sculpture, and the nice part is we're doing multiple sections. So we finished the bee, we're doing the flower right now. We're going to make the dragonfly, pop that thing on, and then we'll make the final sculpture version, like what it's all going to sit on. I'm going to design it to sit on an acrylic base so that it has a lot of stability, and I really want the acrylic base because I think this one I'm going to put a light base under. So like we got the little bee with the light base. It's not showing that much right now, but there's a little light under there. I have a couple versions of these, and I think I may make this one full set. Yeah, the new version looks amazing for the flashlight. I freaking love it. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped the thing too, and it just never hurts it. All right, here we go. So one thing I'm doing on here, I'm going to zoom in on the next set of petals because it's really interesting to see how these last bits get applied. The angle is what matters. So we're going to start coming in and angling it down and out. All right, let's go this way. And you can see those bigger petals now way on the outside. It creates this almost like triangle. You can see the gaps missing in between here. And we really see how there's a gap in between there? You can definitely notice when you're missing the bigger petals. And that's where we're filling in right there. So we're coming through and there. We're filling it through. All right, for this one, we are going to zoom in. And I would love your feedback if the zoom in sucks or you really like it for part of it. I don't want to leave it zoomed in all the time, but I'd like to know feedback whether the zoom in looks good or you don't like it. Either way, I'm not offended by it. All right, so here we go. We're going to bring it in. Got to keep the flower hot. And then these last little petals, we create these little gaps around it. So see the larger ridges on the edge? This is now going to start adding stability to the petals. And then we're going to come in, and I don't attach it here. We're going to come underneath, attach it from under, and then fold up and over. like that. We're going to come in and carve it in. This is where the ridges on the side actually make a huge difference, because it doesn't let these little petals flop around too aggressively. And again, I'll show you, we got at least 2 more to go, but I'm going to show you the angle of attack here. And this is the difference between making a good flower and one that is going to fall apart. So again, we got the little ridges on the side, little expansion there. We're going to heat it up, and we come from underneath and in. Not this way, not this way, underneath. So you got to angle both sections. Don't want to overheat this one. And then you just go in, attach, bring it up, and pull it out. That little tidbit right there will save you, if you are a new glass blower, that will save you 3 years. 3 years of experimenting. That's a little pro tip right there. Because you end up with the pedal coming down like that. So you tucked it in, up, and over. And one more petal. I don't think we're going to go too much bigger. This is a good size. We're making a sculpture. We have to make the dragonfly still. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to tuck it right in again. Heat up, come in, tuck, push in, and up and over. Notice the angles changing. Get a little shaky here because it's hot as hell. Look at that. Ooh, shaky, shaky. Well, crap, I need one more petal. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to try and do it on the zoom. I think it'll show. So as I'm bringing it in, you can see full, full. Right in there is a gap, right at the top. So it's full, 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 and then right there we got this big ass gap right there. Got to fill it in. This is what I call the rabbit hole. You start going into adding more and more and more and more. And at some point, you just have to say that's enough. And we're going to be there with this one. I'm not going any further. And there is the big gap. Out. That's roasting the hell out of my hand. Attached 2 petals on accident. So, pro tip. And this is a really learning experience here. I can't do it too long. But right there are 2 petals attached, right at the bottom, right there. They stuck. So when that happens, you have to separate them, or that will 100% crack. Will absolutely crack. So you take your scissors and just snip, and that fixes it. So if you are, again, a new glassblower and you don't know how to do that, you now know how to fix that. Little tip and trick there. All right, let's go. We're going to warm it all up. So this is warming the whole thing up just to give it a little bit of annealing. Why does it crack there? Because it's not completely fused. So glass needs to be fused, fused to each other, not just laying on top of each other like that. So if it's just kind of semi-attached, it doesn't work that well. All right, now we got all the flower petals going. They're looking fantastic. We'll do the side view, and then we're off to the dragonfly. And here we go one more time. Now these colors are going to get better over time. Going to look a lot better over time. Okay, we're going to make it look a lot better. All those little clear sections are going to start getting darker. I'm doing fantastic. So we're just going to let it warm up for a second. All right. And that is the flower. So we got the flower done. We got the bumblebee done. And we're going to park this in the kiln temporarily. And now we have to do the dragonfly. So we're going to make the dragonfly out of this shimmer blue. I really like this color. I think this is one of my favorite mixes right now. Okay, look at it. Ready? Look at that. Is that not just freaking gorgeous? It's going to look fantastic as a dragonfly body. Okay, let's make the dragonfly. Let's go for it. We're probably going to zoom in on this again. The flame work is going to be really up close and tight. So we're just going to come in here and do it this way. So we're just rounding it out right here. This would be where the head's going to go. Going to attach a little punty rod right there. So this is going to be the holder. I'm going to come over to this side so you guys can get a better view. We're going to tighten that flame up. This is where I think that view is coming in handy so you guys can see really what's going on. Otherwise, the distance just doesn't allow for the anything to be seen very well. Okay, so we just made a little bit of a gap between the head, creating a little neck area. We're going to add the body section here now. Just by pushing it together a tiny bit. right there. So I wanted to create a little bit of an oblong shape. Before we get started on the rest. Okay, so we got a little bit of an oblong shape, the head almost like a bowling pin. So think of it like a bowling pin. Yeah, the dagger would be cool. All right, so now dragonfly tail. I'm a little stubborn on the tails. I think they have little, like, almost like little marbles stacked on top of each other to me. So that's how I build the tail itself. So we're going to come in, we're going to add a little marble here. Like that. A little bit more. Like that. Okay. So we start with a little marble, just like that. Let it cool a tiny bit, and then you're going to attach marble number 2 to it. So you attach, pull up, and form it up, then let it cool. There's 2 people I can think of right now that are going to probably be changing their dragonflies to this style. It's going to be funny. And then we're going to attach here. Bring it up and round it out. And we just rinse and repeat that all the way down this. And you make the marble just a little bit smaller each and every time, just by a tiny bit. And we just keep coming through. We're almost done. We don't have to do too many on here. We're going to start really making it a lot smaller here. Can you guys see that okay? I mean, is the visual... I'm hoping you get a better visual from here. All right, got that one. We need one more little dot. One more dot. Like that. And now we got dot, 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 dot. Bayo, thank you for the hot cocos. I appreciate that. You're so kind. You're always so kind. I appreciate you. Everybody's so awesome in here. I love working with all of you. I feel like it's really cool when I see all of you in here. I look forward to it daily. So now we got the dragonfly body and then the tail. Now we're going to curve that tail later, but see how it has the little bumps to it? I think that is more, I think that's more natural looking than you have otherwise. No, I can't brighten the camera because then the flame completely destroys everything. Yeah, if I brighten the camera when I have the flame going, it lets way too much light in. That's why I have it set right now. There's just a fine balance to it. Otherwise, like I said, if I have it brighter, man, the flame just comes in hard. Powered by Mountain Dew. Okay, next step, we have to make wings. All right. Let's do wings. You know, I'm going to change it. We're going to do Mega Mai Tai wings. What's up, Daisy Girl? I think we're going to do Mega Mai Tai wings. We're not going to make the iridescent. We're going to really go all out on this. Attach some red up to it. I just don't know if I have enough here for it. I'm trying to gauge how much I need. Yeah, I think I got enough. I think I have enough for wings. All right, let's bring it back out. There we go. We're going to try it anyway. We're going to see if we have enough. So the very first thing I do need to do is pull this little tiny bit off the front here. There. All right, let's try one wing. We'll see how it works. If it looks good, we'll continue. So we flatten it out and we bring it in. Bring it down. All right, I'm going to show you guys and you tell me yay or nay. We're going to preheat it just a little bit, like that. What's up, Creative? How are you? All right, tell me yay or nay on the color. Ready? I think that would look amazing for wings. I do personally, but I think that'll look good. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate everybody watching and having a good time. Yeah. I love having everybody in here. It's amazing. It's like I look forward to this every day. I definitely look forward to seeing all of you every day. All right, there we go. Yep, we're good. Pull it down. All right, so we got two small ones. Let's go for the larger ones. I'm pushing the amount that I have here. I'm like right at the edge of having just enough. Squish. And this one's the longer one, so it has to be a little wider, and then we pull it out into the longer form. And I want to keep this really, really thin right now. Like that. So the thinner the glass, the more the color is going to bounce through. This particular color loves to have a thin, thin, thin organic feel to it. And that's a perfect, perfect piece. One more and we'll start assembling the dragonfly, and then we can do full-blown sculpture. Yeah, we're doing fantastic here. There we are. Ooh, I hope that's enough. I'm going to bring it out and pull. Yeah, I may have to make a small adjustment on one of the wings when I go to attach it, but I think we're okay. So we're going to show you a little bit on the side view before we go too far. So now we got that kind of iridized blue, browns, caramels, all the colors running through for the dragonfly wings. All right, we're going to bring it up here. We're going to go super up close in detail. And start applying the dragonfly wings on. Taper it way down. Okay, there we go. Since I'm heating this and adjusting it, we're definitely going to get some colors bouncing through here. Wait till you see this. I can't even wait to show you guys. We're definitely going to have some bouncing colors. Y'all ready to see part of it? I should make you wait until we got the whole thing done, but... All right, ready? Now you can see those really cool iridized, funky, cool, caramel-looking wings on there. Yes, we are doing a dragonfly. Okay, we got to reverse the punty over here. I got to switch sides because this makes it way more comfortable to... Beo, thank you so much for doing those gift memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to add a little nose there. Before we get too far, we're going to add in the eyeballs. I'll take a little bit of black and just add in the eyeballs real quick before we get too far into it. So we just added in the eyeballs on there. There we are. Let's go ahead and finish this guy up. This one is going to take a little bit of finesse. This wing is a lot bigger, or bigger than the other one I put on, so we're going to have to manipulate it on the piece. Needs a little bit of pull and then a trim. And there we go. So it was a little too long. What I did is I ended up heating it, and then I pulled it a little bit better right off of the portion right there. Okay. Next one, we're going to add in the last little button one on the bottom down here. There we go. Separate that. Round it out. Got to fuse those wings on really, really good. This one needs a tiny... There we go. Now, I'm only going to do a little bit of work to it right this second. Once we apply it to the sculpture, I can move things around. So one of the things that's going to happen is we're going to move the tail a little bit once it's on, but you can see these colors going on right now, and then we're going to do the reveal, and you can see all those iridized colors coming through the wings. That is the Mega Mai Tai on there. I think it looks absolutely fantastic with this style, and those colors are going to change even more. What's up, Catastrophic? So that is going to change up even more as it starts to relax in the kiln. Okay, so we got to build the sculpture. We're going to do the Lucy and shimmer combination with it again. So this is the Lucy color. We're going to bring it in. You can see this kind of pinky reddish glow to it. And that's what we're going to use on the part of it. Let me buzz this back out. There we go. So we're going to use the, wrong flashlight. So yeah, that's the color we're going to use, part of it. And you're not going to see that until you have a black light on it. It's going to look very clear. There. It's definitely going to look clear. So we're going to use shimmer, green, and Lucy. See, that was dumb. See, this is the problem with Lucy. I'm going to show you guys visually. Can you tell which one is which? And that's the problem. You can't tell which one's which. That's clear. There's Lucy. So you got to keep this separate until you're ready for it. All right, so we're going to build the actual sculpture right now. This is the base of what we're doing, and then we're going to assemble everything together at once and call it done on that. So this is the final stage. If you have made it this long, thank you for hanging with me. I truly appreciate it. This is final assembly. Yeah. That's angry glass. Yeah, I think that's really cool looking. Wait till this gets together. I kind of have it in my head how I want it to go together. We're going to put it all together, make it look really good. It's going to be a bigger piece. This is definitely going to be in the bigger size. No trolls tonight because I set the timer. What's up, KCH? Yeah, I set a timer on here, and I put a lot of keywords in tonight. But I set a chat timer. Notice you guys, unfortunately, it limits how many times someone can chat, how quickly. But there's a timer on there, so it just kind of times it down. Makes it easier to track. Okay. So like the mods will definitely have an easier time shutting someone down because they can only type once every 5 seconds. They at least have time to catch up. Fidel, thank you. I enjoy my live stream. I think my live streams are fun. I love being a part of an audience. I mean, you guys are with me. I don't feel like it's just me. I always feel like you guys are a part of it. Almost like you're standing right in front of me. Okay, so the way this is built, think of it like an Oreo cookie. What happened when the piece went flying? That was not a tempered piece of glass. That was a non-tempered piece of glass, and it had thermal shock to it. So the minute I hit the flame, it went flying. So that's what happens if you don't run the glass through the kiln. You get that. Yeah, it's a little scary. So the first time if you're new to glass, and Bea, thank you so much. Mike, thank you so much for the jewels as well. KCH, thank you for the jewels. Mike, thank you again. Thank you for the gifts. So yeah, the first time that happens and you're a new glassblower and the glass goes flying at you, it's a little scary probably. but you get used to it. All right, we're going to separate here. So this is going to be a multi-stage assembly. We got to build the actual structure of it first. Set this down somewhere where it's not going to melt everything. I think I've still got a little bit of that green. I do. So we're going to add a little shimmer green to it, some of the shimmer silver. Then we're going to encase it all with Lucy and start making the sculpture. This is going to be a flower, dragonfly, and bumblebee sculpture. We're right at the tail end here, where we are building the actual framework for everything to sit on. So this is the framework. This is where everything is going to get pulled and the sculpture actually gets done. And this is, like I said, just the frame that it will sit on. So we're adding in all this color right now. This is a very shimmer color, like 3 shimmers. It's ultra shimmery. If you are in my age bracket, you'll know what it is when I say it looks like pert shampoo. Okay, we got that done. Okay, so what I did there is we added the color. It's a very thin layer of it. You can see it's barely showing on sideways. Very small layer. We're going to add in the Lucy color. Lucy is not going to show up while it's hot, so I'm going to show you while we have it out and cool right now. You'll be able to see that red hue to it under black light. See how it's pinky red? That's what it does. Now, when it gets hot, it will not show that color. It needs to be cool in order for it to come back out. For some reason, the uranium glass and the Lucy, when they're hot, they do not glow under black light. I actually have to look that up. What property, why is it uranium when it's hot, it doesn't glow? What makes it do that? I have no clue. I'm very curious about that. I need to ask a materials scientist. So we're adding on that pinky color right now. What I like about this color is outside of black light, it just looks like clear. We're going to use the whole rod up on it. So it's getting a little hot. I'm going to attach a little punty rod to the bottom. So I could use the rest of this and get it attached. And we are 80% done. Everything else is all ready to go. Just a tiny bit more. And there we go. That's all I need right there. See that? The glass was completely attacking me. All right, we do need a bigger mold right now, though. And there we go. Oops, don't want to melt that. Okay, here we go. So once we flatten all this out, I'll start pulling it, and then we start assembling everything together. We're pretty much at that point. I need that right there. Sorry, it's getting a little loud, but we definitely need some heat right now. We're going to bring it in and smush. Like that. And we're going to grab this one here. That looks really cool, to be honest. A tiny bit off here. Separate here. This is a little longer project than I expected, but you know, it's a full assembly. This is a full project. Start to finish. So when you can go back and replay the live stream, you'll be able to see the whole thing, and you get to see everything done at once. No mystery. Don't have to wait for part 2. All right, we're going to flatten in that disc one more time, and then we're going to start pulling it. So we just have to get it hot, flatten, pull. Perfect. Bring it out here while it's kind of cooling for a second. You can see that shimmer to it right there, that really almost star look to it, shimmer. Definitely has that sparkle to it. Same on the other side. I gotta wait for it to cool off just a little bit. And there we go. That's about enough. We attach one to the side. We're going to rip off this side, attach it to the other side, and then we start stretching this out. And to get it off, we tap it off. All right, we're there. I would say another 10 minutes and we are done. So I have to heat the middle section up very, very good. So we're just heating here, which means I have to tighten my flame up just a touch. So we only want to heat the middle. I want to keep the two attachment rods very stable on here. This is the one part right here. Takes a second. You got to heat a lot of this up. Okay, we're going to bring it out, start slowly stretching. So this is what I'm talking about. The attachment rods get a little skinny right there. Okay. So we're going to work one half of it, start pulling the vines that everything gets attached to. Not vine, but framework. Okay, we're good. Now we're going to do the other side. Sorry, I'm a little focused right now. I'm not paying attention to chat as much as I normally do. Okay, and then we just have to bend this right here. Okay, we're good. And there we are. All right, we're at final assembly. That hurt. So that's where the little bits fly off. I was telling you earlier, they fly off and they hurt like hell. That was it. All right, let's trim this off. Okay, separate it here. There we go. All right, so this is where we're at before we assemble everything. We'll just use the pop-up close filter. There. So before we assemble everything, we got these little, like, ram horns going. Okay? I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to see where I can pop this guy first. Yep. Okay, we stick that in the kiln temporarily. Grab the flour. We're going to detach it. From its main rod here. And we're just going to start the assembly process now. Got Gonna make sure this is all tucked in there, super strong. Okay, there we go. There we are. Actually, I'm going to go this side. A little bit of welding in there. All right. Give that tail a little bit of a curve. Then the bumblebee. Pull that little tail out. A little bit of a stinger here. Not much. There. All right, we'll bring it over to the side and show you guys side view. So now we got all that running through. And then that'll go into the acrylic base. Sorry. All the way around. There's the back end. But yeah, there she goes. Bouncing through. Bring it out to the front view. There. So that is the completed project. You can see the flower, dragonfly, definitely has some cool wings to it. I just blinded myself. Then that goes in the kiln. We'll adhere it to a base tomorrow. I got the big acrylic base for that. Hey, Kevin, how are you, my friend? So yeah, that one is a definite kind of cool look to it. Oops, don't want to put that on there. Kevin's book is in the house. How you doing, Kevin? Kevin is an awesome author that wrote an excellent book about kind of targeting pedophiles. Not kind of, is. And he wrote a really good book. I think it's a good read for people. And I'm hoping to see it get to like a national New York Times bestseller list. Yeah, the Dragonfly came out super nice. We could bring it out I could bring it out one more time. Just let it heat up for just a second, and we can bring it back out one last time. I can get a little bit better view on it. Let me just assemble this. Yeah, if you guys go check out Kevin's book, Hunter of the Damned, targeting pedophiles, and really, in my book, an American hero. You know, he went after the people that are the lowest of the low. And I can't even express my gratitude for doing that job, because I could not have done that job seeing the things that he probably saw. So with that, I do express a bunch of appreciation. All right, we got it set. All right, we're going to bring the sculpture out one last time. I will show it to you in the side view, because it gives a little bit better angle. Yeah. So we're going to grab it this way, bring it in. Allows me a little more time to play with it and get the angles going. But yeah, there we go. So this is going to go into an acrylic base. We got a cool looking flower in there. We got the dragonfly, those Mai Tai wings, the tail. The little bumblebee will be very cool when it cools off. It's going to be very yellowish. It's definitely going to have the uranium pop to it. But yeah, just a fun little piece to it. And the Lucy glow and the sculpture. I can't even tell you how much is in this. I probably put too much into it. All right, next step is I'm going to prep the Millefiori that I did a while ago. We preheated it in the kiln. Oops, little bits flying. We preheated it in the kiln. I'm going to attach it, and we're going to get it preheated to be able to do little milli chips. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the kind words. I appreciate it. So I'm going to grab this, and we're going to attach it. So this is the Millefiori I had done a while ago. Many, many moons ago. I'm going to seal this sucker on here. And this one glows in the dark. Wow, you didn't break it all. So I want to seal this up really, really well, because once I start flaking this thing off, it can snap the rod for sure if you're not careful. So we're going to seal that up. Push in, pull back. And that should be good. Okay, that's seal that up. Okay, I'm going to do one more little chunk on here. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you my method, how I apply the little milli chips. It's probably not the best method in the world. How much does that piece sell for? I don't know. That'll be up to Stephanie. That's up to her. It still needs to go into the acrylic base. Oh, you're getting a Tamiya buggy? That's awesome. I miss mine. I like my little Tamiya buggy. All right, let's grab the other Millefiori. Park that on. I wish I had had Galaxy Black when I made these. Would have been a heck of a lot better. Okay, let's seal this up. Oop. I don't want that completely fused on. I just want it stuck. And there we go. So this has little images in it. This is called Millefiori, Italian, I guess, for 1,000 flowers, if I remember correctly. I think it's 1,000 flowers. Okay, snap that off. All right, we're good. So I'm going to show you what my method for applying it is. We'll try it. It may or may not work. I'm not super proficient at this, so you guys are going to be along the ride with me. Get to experiment with me. I'd like to get a lot better at this this method of applying little tiny chips and images in there. I'm not super good at it. So you guys, welcome. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome in. I hope anybody that is in the ice storm area, I hope you all stay safe and nothing comes about and causes you any trouble. I really mean that. Okay. So my method that I was taught, and it may or may not be right, is we're going to make a little bit of a kind of semi-round marble, like a half dome. We're going to take that Millefiori rod and we're going to kind of stab it in there and let it sit. It's going to supposedly crack the section right there, and then I should be able to wiggle it off. In theory. Not 100% sure it's going to work. I'm located in the Pacific Northwest of Washington State. All right, we're going to come up and close and personal here. There we go. You guys get to look at my ugly mug. but I think it'd be helpful that you get to see the full interaction here. All right, so we got the half dome right here. We're going to grab the milling. I'm going to go side cam just so you can see what I'm doing. All right, in this little rod is an image. It's very hard to see right now, but the camera's having a hell of a time focusing on that. Let's set that down. Maybe I can get it this way. Yeah, it's having a hell of a time focusing on that image. I don't know why. It was working earlier. But anyway, there's a little tiny image in there. And we're going to hopefully get this to snap off. So we're going to heat this portion, just a part of it. Stab it, wiggle, and hopefully it flakes off. Could be a total fail. I'm just going to buzz that in the flame real quick. Okay. And wish me luck. Here we go. Stab it in. Hopefully you guys see that. It's a little image right inside there, that little tiny flake. Okay, and then we're going to start wiggling a little. Did it work? I think so. I think it worked. Let's check it out on the side. Yeah, it stabbed it in there. See? It flaked it off. You can see a little tiny chip in there. See the image in there now? Yeah, it flaked it off. So we're going to make that. So what happens from here, we're going to encase, we're going to put a little clear on it and magnify everything. So these little tiny chips look much bigger after you magnify it. Oh, come on, seriously? Break. There we go, finally. So we're just going to put that right there, basically covering that little chip up. This is the side that needs to be magnified, not the other end. This one right here. And hopefully it looks good. It's getting a little wobbly on me, but that's okay. All right, now we're going to separate. Let that drip. All right, that got a little out of control. Oh my God, I'm making a mess. Oh, it's gooey gooey. Ugh. All right, I got a mess. We'll get that later. If I just let it sit, it will crack apart anyway. But I'm really focused on what this did. It's not so centered on there, but I think we'll still get a look at it. Yeah. All right, let's see what it looks like. We'll go to the side view. And now you can see that image is in there. I definitely didn't get it centered on there. But we'll bring it up here. I'm trying to see. Now, it's probably got one of those images that needs to cool down. But anyways, there's a little tiny design in there. And I think this is a glow-in-the-dark, and it's wobbling on me. Anyway, that was the flake off right there. I'm going to park that in the kiln just to see if it lived. I'm going to show you a really nice image of something so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's grab a really cool looking image here. This will be a fun one. So I don't know if you guys can see that little mini design in there. See there? Got little mini design. Now when you magnify that up, it will look all that much bigger. And that design runs all the way through this entire piece. So there. There you go, right there. See that? Yeah, kind of like a daisy. So that's what I was working on right there. This is a nice image. I'm going to actually attach this one. And we'll park it in the kiln too. So you always want to attach it to an extra rod so that you have enough wiggle room to snap these off. But I got to learn. I'm not super proficient at this thing, so. Got to get right up on it. I don't want to shock it though. We'll fuse it on there. And that will, now I can park it in the kiln and I can snap those images off the same way I just did that last one. And you can have all those little flowers popping all over the, yeah, definitely practice makes perfect. This is, again, you know, one of those things, even after 32 years, I'm still learning stuff. We'll try that one real quick. If you guys want a little bit of, be patient with me real quick, we'll try that one. We'll make one more image. I'll see if I can get it to look good. And we'll go from there. Nope, not that. Got my camera views all messed up. All right, so we're going to try that one more time. Okay, that didn't sound good. That was not a good thing. Yeah, you have to always remain teachable, you know, even after 32 years, you know. I don't claim to know everything, and anybody that does is lying their butt off. That's right. You know, that's what I'm saying. Even after 32 years, I'm still learning. All right, so we're going to do that same thing on here. We're going to heat it up, pop the image on there, and hopefully this one looks better and you can definitely tell what the heck it is. Let's give it a shot. No, never too old to learn, ever. That's what I'm always saying, never too old to learn, ever. I'm too old to run a 5K marathon, but hey, well, probably not too old, just don't want to do it. Never been a distance runner. Red Squeak, thank you so much. Yeah, I've never been a distance runner. I am live on the tube, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, I need to get you on YouTube. We need to talk, man. I got you. Kevin, I got you. You need to be on YouTube. Author's name is Kevin's Book, and Kevin Laws is his name, and the book is Hunter of the Damned. Hunter of the Damned. See, Kevin, you got people asking about you on YouTube. Do I ever run into any white dwarf glass? Oh, yeah, I got tons of it. Got a ton of it here. A lot. Okay, so we got that little marble-licious looking part right there. What's up, lovely lady? So we're going to take that next image. We're going to pop it in the same way. And hopefully this comes out a little better. We're going to zoom in. There we go. Hopefully this is sitting in the kiln long enough. I could snap the whole thing. That wouldn't be good. So we're going to take this and this little image. Thank you so much, lovely lady, for the hand hearts. So we're just going to buzz this out here. A little buzzing like that. We're going to heat just a tiny little bit up here, stab it, and then wiggle it off. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pop it in there, stab it, pull back a little bit, lock it in. So we got that glass rod in there. Okay, image on this end looks good. Now we just need to let it seal, give it a little wiggle. Like that. Did we flake? I think we did. All right, let's look. I'm kind of excited. I don't know. You guys are going to see it with me. I don't know if it worked. And we did. We got the little image in there, see? We flaked it right off. There it is. The camera's up. There it is. So, see, we got that little image in there now. Okay, so we got a tiny image in there. I'm going to try and show you what this is, what this is for. Okay, let's do it. This time we're going to use a dark color. Nope, not you. We're going to use cobalt. We're going to pop cobalt in the back of it. Oh, how about we go to front view? Damn it. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, it's very tiny, but watch what happens when we use it on the other end. Okay, this is what it's designed for. And here we go. Kevin's book is in the house. Hunter of the Damned. So Kevin is, like I said, Kevin's an author. He wrote a book about his time as an investigator going after child pedophiles. And he is one American hero. All right, so we sealed that up. I'm hoping this darker background will show it. We're going to do that. All right, so the whole thing, the purpose of this is to have that little flake in there and this to be the visual part of it. Okay. This is where it's going to show what it really is supposed to be on this end. So it is literally like looking at something through a magnifying glass. And that is what we want to do. It'd make a really cool mushroom cap. But if I start seeing that I'm getting good with these, I may incorporate this into my work. I won't be, I'm not going to be a milli maker, but I will buy them from other people and incorporate it into my work. And we're going to separate that. We don't want to have that drippy drip again. Okay, got that. Going to park that over here. Move that there just temporarily because I may need it. All right, so while we're going, I'm going to show you the filter. So this filter is just like my glasses. See? We're going to drop it in, and now you can see what I see. That is my world right there. Versus that. So that's how I can see what the heck I'm doing. Lovely lady, thank you for the heart puffs. All right, we're breaking it down. This way I can actually hold the filter for a little bit. Okay. What's up, Dale? All right, we have a perfect Millefiori launch here. This came out perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So I think this Millie was made by the guy that runs Torch Talk on Facebook. I'm going to have to ask. My friend Peggy gave it to me, and I think she got it from him off of Torch Talk. I think he actually makes it. All right, we're going to go to the side view. And there you are. So that is the Millefiori just kind of settled in there. It's hot right now, so it's not going to show all the colors. But there we are. You see all those little lines in there? There we go. So you can do all kinds of little images in there. You can make little caricatures. You can do little honeycombs like that, little zigzags, lines. There we go. Now we'll let this cool off. You can start to see it go. Man, I got a little ring around there, though. I think I trapped some air. Ugh, that sucks. But yeah, there you go. That is what I'm going to actually leave that sit out in the kiln. I definitely trapped air. All right, gotta learn to fix that. I for sure trapped a bunch of air in there. Not perfect, but I think I got the concept down. All right, we are 3 hours into this live stream. I know, good to see Kevin on here. So for those of you looking, that is Hunter of the Damned, first time in YouTube chat. That is Kevin right there. I'm going to actually stay on for a moment on YouTube just for that, so people can check him out. Can you blow the tube to expand the image? Yeah, you can, kind of. You can also just make it a bigger piece of clear. All right, I am going to log off TikTok for now, and I'm going to stay on YouTube for just a minute and let everybody see Kevin, because he's first time on there. So TikTok, I will see you all tomorrow for sure. Have a good night. Thank you. All right. and we are solely on YouTube at the moment. So for those of you who don't know, in chat, that is Kevin's book. That is Kevin Laws, Hunter of the Damned there. Definitely give him a message if you want to see his book, talk about it, look at it, read it, buy it. It's an amazing book. Like I said, anybody that goes after pedophiles or people that hurt children, they're 100% hero in my book. You know, completely awesome. Yeah, Melissa, everybody. So say hi to Kevin. Joan, thank you. Have a good night. Yeah. But yeah, Kevin's a good person, good human. And if you get the chance to get his book, I would highly get it. He does sign them. I don't know if maybe we'll get him to do a YouTube signing on purchases. That'd be kind of cool. You have a small channel? We'll get there, Kevin. I know how to grow it now a little bit. I kind of have an idea how to do it. I'll tell you how, Kevin. We'll talk. I'll walk you through it. I can guarantee you will do pretty good. All right. It has been 3 hours and 10 minutes. I definitely need to take a break. I'm tired. And it's cold. So thank you for hanging with me tonight, Kevin. Let's talk and get you going live on here too. But thank you everybody for hanging with me. I appreciate all the support on the channel. You guys are amazing, and you make my night, my day, everything better. I really mean that. And yeah, it's awesome to have you along for the ride. Yeah, I kind of enjoy it. So we'll talk to you soon. I'm going to go check on Fiery Mom, and we'll talk later.